Alright guys, brand new gameplay of Vessel of Hatred, the expansion, and new info in this video. Let's go ahead and check it out. So this is inside the game. New region is being shown too.
Travel south to Nahantu, a region with both deep ancient jungles and vast sprawling plains. It's the last stretch of land in Sanctuary's eastern continent, and we've packed it full of experiences for every type of player.
Ooh, is this new
in this
endgame?
expansion, there's a whole lot to explore under the dark canopy of Nahantu.
Show us some awesome stuff, man. Discover Nahantu.
Nahantu is the southernmost region of the eastern continent that Diablo 4 has been taking place in. It's the last region that we haven't visited yet so far in the game, but it is one that we've been to before in Diablo.
There's lots of new areas. We have 6 in total. 4 of them are jungle themed, and then we have 2 that are Red Rock Canyon, but each one of them has their own unique identity. When you first arrive in Nahantu, you're in this place called Lingering Hatred. This is high treetops canopies where you're almost walking amongst the branches high above the jungle floor.
Imagine a thick canopy that the light is just barely poking through.
The whole area has been infected by this thing called the Hollows infestation. The Hollows are a new enemy that's associated with Mephisto. They themselves are kind of like a tar-like substance creature born straight out of the depths of hell.
It feels a little twisted. There's a sickness to the area itself.
Humans have ventured into this deep part of the jungle where there's all this poisonous plants and flora. The dregs actually started experimenting with eating these hallucinogens, and it put them into this aggressive psycho rage.
The dregs were pretty fun because we were able to push more variety in the monster family. You have one of these tall dregs and then half of a body of another dreg on top of it, kind of controlling it and telling it where to go and tossing poisonous bombs at the player. When you come across it, it's very memorable.
And then we've also got the area of Tenganse, where you've got the Tenganse Plateau, which is full of these red-rocked plateaus and canyons.
Imagine getting up above the land. Those gigantic walls have pockets inside where monsters could live. It offered up a lot of opportunity to bring back a monster family like the Lacunae.
We're bringing them back in a new way here as a fully fleshed out monster family with multiple classes.
What a more brute force looks like, what a caster looks like. They are very much apex predators, and we're definitely in their territory.
Oh, maybe we can see some new skills. Looks
and
like we have Poison to be Rapid Fire, or
Skittering Earth.
I think
the
Barrage.
name alone makes your skin crawl.
And it's bug infested, and you can see how the bugs have destroyed the jungles and kind of input their influence on it. Within the Field of Giants, you have these giant corpses of these long-dead demons that humans have begun to mine away at for their resources. While they've got a lot of use out of them, they're also toxic to the land around it.
The notion of massive demons walking Sanctuary 1,000 years ago is really thought-provoking.
Plateau's also got just this beautiful color scheme to the lighting. It's really lovely to be there.
Looks like the
and
Druid.
then horrific at the same time. You know, it's great.
Mercenaries. Okay, this is a new feature.
Mercenaries and Vessel of Hatred are a group of people who we like to describe as ordinary people with extraordinary skills. They have the same level of will to fight against the demons of hell.
And there's 4 mercs that you can collect over the course of the campaign. It starts with Rahir, a blacksmith and a shield bearer, is a more defensive fighter.
He's able to go in there and soak up damage, use his shield as a bulwark against the enemy.
You meet him early on in the campaign, and he's one who introduces you to the mercenary network. You end up finding acquisition quests for 3 other mercs that you can find throughout the course of the story.
Subo, the drunken archer, is going to work really well for people who want someone who's out of the main melee, in the back, offering utility and that kind of range support.
Then we have Ariana, a berserker crone, who's a melee combat fighter, close range. She's got a really cool combat meter, a massacre meter, where you need to keep killing enemies to get the meter to be filled.
She's got a bunch of really interesting utility skills that you can kind of build
Rampage and PoE.
Finally, we have the demon child Aldkin, who's a magic user who can transform himself from human form to demon form and join you in combat.
There's this really great reinforcement ability where you can take one of the mercenary skills and attach it to one of your powers, so that when
Wait, is it like a
skill, it calls them in to do a specific skill.
We have like skill, like gem modifiers?
One of the things we are expanding on is
that's
the skill tree. For Diablo 3, you had a very basic type of mercenary, but this time you can actually.
So can they actually do damage? Can they solo carry like bosses?
And make the mercenary the way you would want to play.
Going through each
Enemies
mercenary
are
progression
slowed.
arc and outfitting their skill tree so that it's complementary
They're
to
taunted.
your character build.
I hope it's more
think
deep
that's
than
where
the
the fun
Seneschal
in
that
the
we
Mercenary
got in
system
was that
really
season
lies.
3. The Dark Citadel. Oh, is this the new endgame raid?
The Dark Citadel is a new endgame feature that's coming in Vessel of Hatred. It's an entirely cooperative player experience.
Come on, PvP,
All the
please.
mechanics within it are based around you working together with your party members to
Oh, okay, so it's
solve
like
the
puzzles.
challenges and face the first Khazra hordes within.
It's
One of the
definitely new
outcomes of
endgame
the Mage
content.
Wars is this giant crater and all the souls that were kind of lost in it from those wars.
The goal of the first Khazra, who are kind of the original Khazra, they're using the powers within the Citadel found within this crater to perform experiments to try and bring back.
Oh, that's a new boss right there,
Only
100%.
recently,
Did you guys see
people
that?
started going missing. They head into the Khazra region, they disappear, never to be seen again. So it's clear that whatever they're planning
I hope we
is
see
about
new-
to come
other
to
new
fruition,
bosses.
and your job as the players to get in there and stop it.
Citadels are a place where we take what is the best part of Diablo.
So they're called
combat,
citadels.
And we test it in a different way, which is adding in.
So you have to
cooperative
stand in a little
mechanics
circle,
that
maybe?
you have to manage on top of that.
For example, a boss has an attack, and as a player, you have to collect an item that allows you to reflect the attack back at him. So there's a little bit of a Twitch level mechanic there.
Okay, we're getting,
where you
like,
actually
First
have to
Ascendant
time your
mechanics,
reaction
like,
shot. What's interesting
raid
about it is when you
mechanics.
get multiple people in there, where each
So you have to
responsible for
learn, you know.
reflecting that shot once. So we all have to sort of master the timing of that move. You can't do that kind of thing without coordinating as a team, and that's sort of the example of what Citadel gameplay feels like.
When designing the Citadel, we designed a lot of
Oh,
really
look at all these
cool
new bosses. Yeah.
So one of the things that
Awesome.
we did is we took that design and made like armor sets for each of the classes. That way you feel like you took their armor and you feel like you're wearing a little bit of them after your victory.
That's cool.
We also have a currency that's dedicated
Restore
to
health.
the Citadel, where as you play through, a vendor can be interacted with to buy custom cosmetics that are unique to
Oh.
the Citadel. You can play with 2 people, but the ideal experience is for 4. In order to facilitate that, we've built an all-new
The new party finder.
The community
Oh
has
my
been
gosh.
pretty vocal about wanting it
Yes.
for a long time. It made a lot of sense to us
This
to
is
pair it with
huge.
this new Citadel mode.
It really
Can we have a
is an
trade
activity
system?
that's geared towards people who love to play together with their friends or with strangers and enjoy that cooperative gameplay.
Yeah, this is definitely like a raid system. So the leaks were
I
correct,
cannot wait
guys.
for players to get into the world. I'm really just excited for people to see all the little hidden storytelling elements that the team has fit in.
There's interesting things to find and see and discover around every corner, and it's just a really great experience getting to explore Nahantu.
That was a pretty awesome, like, showcase, but it was like, is that it? Okay. Well, that's like the first showcase.
Finder, that is a fantastic idea. I mean,
All right, so they're gonna
sometimes I
talk
log
for a
on and
second.
nobody's not there or whatever.
But
Now I can feel that.
I'm going to skip this part of the talking. I'm just going to go and sum it up in this part. What do you guys think of the brand new showcase, the update, the bosses, the raids? Let me know down below. If there's anything else, I will be covering it. So if this is your first time here, like I said, if there is any more, sometimes I'll just talk about it. Like, what's the expansion? You know, kind of like this generic stuff. I just want to show you guys, like, just straight up gameplay and stuff. But if there's any other important news, make sure you're subbed with the bell notification on, and I will be dropping the rest of the info. But I'm really liking this. I hope, fingers crossed, we get some sort of PvP as well. But anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.